Hello, Cassandra Monkey. Without further ado, let's continue where we left off. So, after you lost your memories following a suicide attempt, you get an email from a mysterious sender. An email reading, "Do not trust Crunchyroll." What does that mean? Who sent it and why? How would I know that? But considering the circumstances, I would say it's unlikely that this is a simple prank. The timing does seem a little too perfect. Getting the message, do not trust Crunchyroll after 3 of them showed up and tried to feed me their you-know-whats. Do not trust Crunchyroll. At any rate, the point of your seems brand new. It doesn't have a password or protective film on it still, and all of the apps are defaults. I was wondering that too. I was looking at the address memo pad and pictures and all that, the gallery, and it's all brand new. There's nothing there at all. There's not a single clue about me or Crunchyroll or anywhere on this phone. Not even us holding hands or making out or her trying to finish me. I thought there would be at least a picture of me and her saved in there holding each other's hands. Or me cleaning her panties. But why is it new? Had I just gotten an upgrade? Wait, I've lost all my memories, but I still remember how to operate a smartphone. That's weird. I told you before, even though you've forgotten your life history, you still remember a lot of ways to calm and ideas about general knowledge. You haven't forgotten all your daily life operations. Anyways, I'm rather curious about the strange message from but let's forget about it for now. Do you want to talk to the Crunchyrolls? Trio, yes. Did you take the memory restorative I gave you? I took it, though. It was a bit hard to swallow. I wonder, could I have like a little bit of cum in my throat? It was so big. Well, its efficiency is parallel, so don't worry, your memories will return. I already told you this, but I'll repeat it one more time for good measure. The red capsule you took will have effect to restore your lost memories in a matter of hours. Since you took the memory restorative at 8 o'clock sharp, right? In 1 hour, 9 o'clock, you'll have 50% of your memory back. At 10 o'clock, you'll have 95%. And at 11 o'clock, you'll have 100%. I imagine you'll finish talking with the Crunchyrolls by about 10 o'clock. So at that point, you should have recovered at least half of your lost memories. So, Jack Alice, which Crunchyroll do you want to talk to first? Just out of curiosity, which order did the Crunchyrolls come in here starting to feed me with their vitamin P? After we called the Cheritotomi, the Crunchyrolls, the first arrived was Cheerleader. A few minutes later, Pigtails, and then Groves with black hair. A few minutes after, Cheerleader, Pigtail, black hair. Alright, I'll call them in that order then. Very well. I'll go get Cheerleader. Alright, Cheerleader. Come in. Yeah, come in. Me. Okay. Whoa. I think I'm gonna doing. Jack Alice, do not oogle the Cheerleader. I'm not oogling her panties! It's alright, Jack Alice. You can look at my panties all you want. Huh, I guess I'll get a closer look then. Do not help yourself, idiot! Just warn you, the moment this cheerleader starts getting flirty in front of me, this meeting is over! Why? Because saying it would piss me off. I don't approve of you meeting the 3 Crunchyrolls just to fool around. It's because I believe it will help you recover your memories. Don't forget that. Jack Alice, your doctor is scaring me. She's scary, but she's not a bad person, I think. Man, though you're seriously gorgeous, it's even obvious seeing your panties this close up. That slightly tan skin, just like you'd expect a cheerleader to have. It's beautiful. Come here, let me eat you up. That gentle curve in your eyebrow, the slope in your eyes are so soothed, and there's something incredibly motherly about your smile. I'd be the luckiest man in the world to have a girlfriend as lovely as you. What are you? Some kind of poet? Well, I do go to the literature club. Hee hee, that makes me feel actually better. You may have lost your memories, Jack Atlas, but your personality hasn't changed at all. You were always giving me exaggerating compliments like that. It was so funny, and you made me so happy. How are you feeling? You still don't remember me? I'm feeling a bit okay. I had a headache right when they brought me in, but my body is just a little sluggish. But yeah, my memory is as blank as ever. I'm a blank slate. I see. When I heard that you tried to kill yourself, I was shocked and sad. But I'm glad you're alive. Whoa, you're hugging me? I'm really glad. I'm glad you didn't die. As her soft chest presses against my body, I catch a faint fragrance of her mint in the air. Probably she's wearing some kind of perfume in the back of her neck. I reach around her narrow hips and embrace her tightly. Then fill in two voluptuous hills that lay below her neck. I slowly undo the hooks of her breasts. Don't you dare stop narrating, and you cheerleader, back off! Haha, you yelled at me! You both idiots! The next time you try pulling anything like that would drive our all-ages rated game, I'm putting the two of you out of this room. Jack Atlas, you want to figure out the cause of your suicide attempt and the demeanor, which is the real crunchy roll, yes. That's why I asked. You asked to have the meeting with the crunchy rolls. Yeah, and I want to have them feed me. Yum, yum, yum. So get talking. Any more flirting, and I'm slicing this continuous scalpel. A doctor shouldn't make a threat like that. But don't worry, Dr. Kiko. I already thought of what I'm going to ask. It's crunchy rolls. So, crunchy roll. As you know, I've lost all my memories, which means I don't remember anything about myself or you. I know this might be awfully rude of me. Would you mind if I ask you some questions about yourself? Not at all. Go ahead. That sounds like a job interview, something, Jack Atlas. I was picturing it was more of a detective going on an investigation. Okay, let me ask you where to start. Please, tell me how things started for the two of us. I want to know all the details from the time we met until the time starting dating. Roger! So, every week I do school and stay late for cheerleading practice. That doesn't leave me much time for studying, so my grades got slippery. And then, those 3 months ago, my dad suggested that I have a private tutor for the weekend. And that's where you and I met, Jack Atlas. Oh, I see. Then that does mean I'm acquainted with your father. No, you haven't met my family. I live on my own. On your own? That's pretty unusual for a student. Getting back to the subject at hand, which of us who asked the other out first, me or you? Oh, it was me. It was an all-out attack on my part. An all-out attack? Yep, I could tell that you had your eye on me, but you wouldn't make a move. So I did everything I could to appeal to you. And finally I wound up making my move on you. Is that how it went? Yes! Don't start with the yes master thing. Nonsense. This is conversation making me sick. I can file for workers' compensation. What? I don't think about we're talking anything sexually, whatever. It's a chronic disease that makes a hole in my stomach whenever I listen to other people talking about their love lives. Whoa! Hey, isn't it about time you move to the next question? Alright, moving on to the next question then. Do you have any acquaintance with the other crunchy rolls? The three girls, the black hair, and the pigtail? The first time meeting them. Why are those two pretending to be me, I wonder? At first I was surprised and angry, but honestly, I'm kind of scared I come up with any reason that they would want to be me. Probably they want my vitamin D. Yeah, I have no idea either. I wonder why they're pretending to be Crunchyroll, but nothing's coming to mind. Maybe they want to finish me. Especially pigtails. Granted, I don't have any proof that you're the real Crunchyroll either. What? How would you say that? Of course I'm the real Crunchyroll. Hey, no, let's limit the discussion. The three of you insist that you're the real Crunchyroll. Oh, you but like Jack Ellis wouldn't be able to judge you with this truth, given that he has amnesia. Well, a few hours, he'll have everything to know who the real Crunchyroll is. If you're the real one, then you should calm yourself down. Composed. I see. Of course, Jack Atlas, you took the memory sort of medicine you showed us, right? His memory is definitely going to come back, right? I can promise you that it's a little after 8 p.m. now. By 9 he'll have 50% back and all his memories. And all his memories will come back, even be able to identify the real Crunchyroll by then. Oh, what a relief. Cheerleader, do you mind if I ask you a question of my own? Not at all. Ask me anything. I'm asking you under assumption that you are the real Crunchyroll. Why do you think the pigtail and the black hair girl are the distance of as Crunchyroll? I can't even guess. Dr. Iko, you said by name and the number was on the back of Jack Ellis's license, driver's license, right? And you contacted me by that. That's correct. How do the other people gather here? I mean, how are we all here? Meaning? I should have been the only one who knew about Jack Ellis's attempted suicide because I was called directly from the hospital. The other two shouldn't have had any way of knowing, right? So how could the other two know that Jack Ellis was in the hospital? Now that you mention it, that's a good question. Only the real Crunchyroll should have received the call to the hospital, knowing that I was been hospitalized. But then, two fakes here. This is a whole nother mystery. Alright, moving on to the next question then. Do you have any idea about why I would commit suicide? None at all. That was a quick answer. I still can't believe that you try to kill yourself. Normally people who do such show some kind of sign beforehand, right? Like being nervous because they've got a ton of stress on their mind, or just withdrawing and not talking to anyone. But you didn't show any of that, Jack Atlas. I saw you last night and you were as pleasant, bright, funny, and as kind as ever. If you had any worries that would lead you to kill yourself, I feel like you would have come to me beforehand, before anyone else. We had the kind of relationship where we could talk about anything to each other without anything hiding. Huh? So the reason my attempted suicide is still a mystery. Think I basically asked everything I wanted. Oh, now that I think of it, about your suicide, I don't have any real ideas about the reason, but there's definitely something weighing on your mind a lot lately. Huh? Something weighing on my mind? What is it? No, forget it. Actually, it doesn't have anything to do with your suicide. So I don't think I would add anything to the conversation. Premium choice? Ask about my worries. Because of my worries, after all, I should be worried. Right now, I want whatever little bit of information I can find about myself. Will you tell me about what I was worried about? Well, okay. But don't misunderstand. It isn't a serious blow lead to suicide. What kind of worry was it? Well, I were having trouble with a stalker. It's been all resolved now, but at one point, even went to the police about it. Wait, you and I, the both of us, we were being stalked? Yes, more precisely, you and your students being stalked. Whoa, so what was the first, like, most suspicious? Hey, that's not an okay question. You shouldn't give a stalking victim flashbacks of the incident. Oh, right, of course, sorry. I didn't think I have to talk to you about it. No, it's fine. It doesn't bother me at all as much, and it was resolved a month anyway. I'm okay with talking about it. Well, if you're okay with it, alright, so go ahead. But if you start feeling bad at any point, you should stop. Alrighty, so the stalking you and I were subjected, they would slice up my underwear and hanging them on dried and smear dog poop on the doorknob, like that kind of thing. Sheesh, a full-on harassment, so marvelous. Yes, it was extremely malculous. Though, right? I couldn't get inside. It was so hard from school. And so when I wound up having to pay out of my own pocket to fix your locks, it was a huge mess. That's horrible. So I was victimized in some way? Yes. They would sneak into your house and steal your belongings. Sneak in, steal my stuff. That's scary. It certainly was. But the only thing that would happen to you, the stalker would send you letters to your students saying, cancel your contact with your tutor. The tutor, meaning me? Why would they do that? I don't know, but the police said it was somebody with a serious grudge against you. The stalker sent letters to any one of your students. So it ruined a big problem at the tutoring agency we worked for. If they just ignored the stalking incident, it would hurt their reputation of a company. And only victims harassed were your students. Eventually the stalking, the people started talking about you might be dismissed. I see, so the company didn't check me. But for some reason, not too long after, the stalking harassment has just stopped. Huh? Why? I don't know. The police said it might continue since the likelihood was so high that the stalker had a grudge against you. But so far, whoever it was has made no moves. Everything has quieted down, but you started avoiding going out at night and making any trips alone. You must have been terrified about the stalker. Well, yeah, but that's scary, but what's even more shocking, that is the idea that someone hated me enough to drag my students into their harassment. I can't remember what kind of guy I was before I lost my memories, but maybe I was the kind of guy who made enemies easily. No, completely opposite. You were the type of person who didn't make enemies at all. Jack Atlas actually the type who couldn't make enemies at all. Since you were so nice to everyone, you made friends effortlessly, they couldn't possibly have any enemies. Nevertheless, the fact that remains that he was targeted by a stalker. Based on what I've heard, the police assignment is probably correct. Pour glue on the keyhole, smear feral matter on your doorknobs. There was clearly a sense of hostility in all the actions of theirs. And in case Jack Atlas, your home wasn't broken into, if they went that far, I would certainly assume the stalker had a fairly strong resentment towards you. No one is loved by everyone in this course of living in this world, and building relationships with others you're bound to make enemies. Huh? What is it? Nothing. Something about this talk about the stalker feels a bit off. Off? What exactly? Nah, never mind. I might be overthinking things. Anyway, I want to know that I have been worried about the stalker recently. Thanks for telling me about that crunchy roll. Of course, anything I could do to help you recover your memories, I'll be glad. All right, well, that's about covers the questions I planned beforehand. You, do you have anything you want to talk about, Jack Atlas? If you don't, I'll have a cheerleader leave the room, and the other two crunchy rolls could come here and start feeding you. If you have anything left to eat off of her about, to eat her out about. But only one question. If I want to know more about Crunchyroll, I'd love it if you told me a bit more about your private life. My private life, meaning? How many times I put my tongue down there? Well, about your family example. Well, I'll tell you. But it might be a little dark. Are you okay with that? Oh, no, I mean, if you don't want to tell me about it, it's fine. It just occurred to me to ask. No, it's okay. I don't mind talking about it. I just know that it won't be particularly a fun conversation, so feel bad. Well, anyway, my mom passed away when I was a little, so I grew up with my dad. But don't worry, even if my mom was around, I was so lonely at all. My dad was a lot of fun. He always made me laugh. You know, Jack Kelly, you kind of remind me of him. My dad, maybe that's why I fell in love with you. Hee hee! But the pleasant days I spent with my dad ended around the time I graduated from elementary school. My dad got sick and he was hospitalized. He's still in the hospital right now. Your dad is sick in the hospital, so why are you living alone? Yep, living on my own is very comfortable. Actually, it means I can bring you over whenever I want and have you eat me out. Asking purely a standpoint, medical curiosity. What is the name of your father's condition? Cardiomyopathy? Hyperthetic? No, dilated hypothetically. I see. That's a pretty long word, so it's a heart condition he's gonna recover. Dilated hypertension is an uncurable disease. Whether he will or will not recover isn't the question. Huh? An uncurable disease? ACE inhibitor is a beta blocker proven effective. Yes, of course. Unfortunately, he's getting worse by the day. His heart is full of blood clots and he's frequently experiencing heart failures. At this point, he's getting a heart transplant overseas is viable only way to extend his life. See, I told you it'd get dark. Will you two stop sitting around in awkward silence? My dad's heart transplant is coming soon, actually. He's going to be transferred to a hospital aboard next month, and he'll get a new heart there. Dad's only going to be fine. I'm sorry to worry you with this. Wow, okay. He's getting a transplant? That's getting... You could have said it sooner. I was seriously sick trying to figure out what to say to you. If the transplant is settled, then yes, I suppose it would ease. If I recall correctly, likelihood of surviving 10 years after a heart transplant is above 70%. Maybe over 9,000? So, if being done overseas, I can imagine it costs a hefty sum with several expenses, including, I'm assume, that you raise that kind of money. Hey, doctor! What kind of question is that to ask someone you just barely met? Don't ask her about money. But if it comes to overseas transplant, then depending on where the transplant is going to be held, the cost will be 100 million yen. 100 million? Seriously? Are heart transplants completely expensive these days? After even the price for soda has gone up and the price for gas and all that? Yes, extremely. People couldn't possibly find that kind of money. We gathered up expenses for my dad's transplant, a lot of places, insurance, organ transplant support groups. I'm impressed, cheerleader. You've got a lot of glump behind that cute face. Haha, come on, I wouldn't say that. I've got a lot of respect for you, Crunchy Roll, if that's your real name. Pulling off that, are you gonna pull up your bra and say start second? You're amazing. I'm not that amazing. It's all because I love my dad. I do anything to help him. I hate to cut this short, but leave the room, cheerleader. Wait, please, Jack Alice. You have to give me a goodbye kiss. Sure. Finish me! No! Why not? It's just a kiss. We're boyfriend and girlfriend, you know. Please, finish me, Miss Cheerleader. So I would like it to be as passionate as possible. Don't even joke about it. I told you no kissing. Seeing couples fooling around in front of me makes me want to kill someone. But I'm not joking. I'm very serious. I want to kiss her. Pew. What did you, Jess? I kissed you, of course. I finished you. If you're gonna kiss me, you have to say something. My heart wasn't ready. Why? We kissed loads of times before. We've done this more than just kiss. More than just kiss, like, give each other a message or something. You may have forgotten your memory, Jack Atlas, but we're dating and, kissing is normal. No, listen, I have amnesia, as you know. That means I do not remember anything about kissing, so that was just effective as a first one, you see. Haha, so you sound so formal all of a sudden, Jack Atlas. Excuse me, but I don't think that's true. You may have lost your memories, but your personality hasn't changed at all. You always start acting super polite when you get nervous. Most of the time, you would kid around and make dirty jokes. Like, alright love, time to deck your halls at Christmas time. But whenever you kiss me, you try to do anything dirty to me. You always got blushy nervous. What? I should think not. You did! You look at your eyes and ears. Your eyes are all red now, even so cute. No, they aren't. You should go to an eye doctor, Crunchyroll. No, my eyes are perfectly normal, Jack Atlas. You told me that you were afraid you would break me when you touched me. I laughed and told you I wouldn't break that easily. You always handle me with such care, like a ice sculpture. All nervous and stuff, just like you are now. Hee hee. You were so kind, Jack Atlas. Not just to me, but to everyone equally. Never abandon someone who was in trouble or weak or meek. If you saw an old lady carrying something heavy, the first thing you do is offer to help. If you saw someone who was hurt, you never overlooked it. Your kindness was why I fell in love with you. You were so kind to everyone, young or old, male or female. I got a little jealous because of it. So I'm sure you've got a lot of girls around you who have feelings for you. The fact that you chose me over all of them makes me so proud and kind of happy and proud. Crunchyroll? Yes! Why don't we get out of this hospital and find somewhere to take a break? Yes, let's. No, absolutely not. What? Dr. Kiko, have you been here this whole time? I didn't see you. That's because you were doing the dumbest to keep from murdering you. I told you no kissing and you still had to force this issue. So, do you think for 1 second that I would let you go to a hotel? First of all, you still haven't determined whether if this is a real Crunchyroll. So, do you understand that? Yeah. Um, hey, Dr. Kiko. I have the feeling that this one might be the real Crunchyroll. Jack Ellis, did your memories get back? No, I just have a feeling. Ah, how sweet. Sweeter than sodium chloride. Sweeter than what is? I can tell you exactly what you're thinking. You're thinking cheerleader might affection seriously is making her certain she's a real girlfriend. Well, yeah. You heard her right. The stuff she said described that detail enough that she might be the real Crunchyroll after all. That probably is the truth that the real Crunchyroll would make her my girlfriend. Ah, I've been telling you from the start that I'm the real Crunchyroll. That's what I mean by sweet. You're naive. You always been like that. Or did you just come to that with amnesia? Someone who said every woman born an actress, I believe that's true. If she's making a real effort to deceive someone, any woman would put a flawless, realistic performance. Women who are skillful and talented that our men are. What? I'm not lying. I'm not pulling a performance. Yes, but you could say whatever you like. Listen, Jack Ellis, it's important that you note this down in red lining and underline it. The only thing you can trust are your own memories and material evidence. You put that in red lining, just like I said. Where exactly? Anyway, it's too early to declare that this is a real Crunchyroll. Alright, cheerleader, your meeting with Jack Ellis is over. Go out and sit in the sofa in the waiting room. Alright, Jack Ellis, I'll see you later. Okay, cheerleader's gone. How are you feeling, Jack Ellis? Tired? None at all. Good. Well, to think about it, the doctor and the cheerleader is a real Crunchyroll. Can't say. Yeah, she's only the first one. Yeah, no, I really get the feeling that she might be the real Crunchyroll. She is so sad about my suicide that she started crying, right? I don't think she could have pulled that off if she were the real Crunchyroll. You don't know much about the load of people who fake cry. Oh, really? Well, I'm talking to her. It just feels like love for me is a real Crunchyroll. If she's the fake Crunchyroll, that means her words of love would be fake too, right? You could hardly need to ask. Whoa, my stomach is vibrating. That's your phone in your pocket, Jackie, buzzing, you dumbass. It's probably another weird email. Just give me a second, I'm gonna check it. You're right, Doctor. It is another mail from this mysterious sender. What does it say? Hey, aren't you going to talk? What's written on your email? Well, what are you? What? Also, why are you eyes darting back and forth? Jess, there aren't any security cameras in this room, are there? Of course not. The protection of the patients and privacy. Would you mind shutting the curtain? There might be a bug or a secret camera or something. We're on the 5th floor of the emergency room surrounded by woods. It would be possible to sneak a photo from outside, and it's the room locked until you came here. So planting bugs would have been impossible either. What is going on with you? Exactly what kind of email did you get? We'll look at it. The email I got. What, call the girl with the pigtails next. Alright, here's where I'm wrapping up this video. If you liked the video, I want you to punch that like button in the face like a boss! And high fives all around. And if you're new to this channel, thank you for enjoying. Remember, the most important part of the video is you, the reader, Cassandra Maki. And somehow, Um, signing out.